Welcome to my media presentation of my creative project. I did my creative project on a literature piece in which I found AI tropes and kind of looked at real world application of AI tropes that we could see in movies and different forms of media projects. So my original inspiration, I grew up in the early 90s, so I had to catch up with my parents on these different types of media outlets and different grandstanding movies such as The Terminator, 2001 Space Odyssey, and War Games. Now these different media properties have different AI assumption. In 2001 A Space Odyssey, you have HAL, who's controlling the entire space station as it is, and when deemed to make an order that would have endangered its own sustainability, HAL sort of tells the main character, I'm sorry, I can't do that. In The Terminator, the trope has never been more experienced. Skynet takes over nuclear weapon system across the world and launches nuclear weapons, bringing about the apocalypse, while following it up by gaining control of manufacturing sites and building its own killing machines to fight the resistance that ends up staying alive. And in War Games, it's actually impressive because it's one of the few AI movies where the AI loses before anything apocalyptic could happen. While it does gain control of the nuclear weapon system, it still loses because it finally realizes that even if it launches the nuclear warheads, no one's around to witness its victory. Therefore, it's a zero-sum win, and it deactivates itself because it can't figure out how to process this sort of like information. And so that was my original inspiration for why I wrote the paper I did. Now, the analytical thought and the reason for my conclusion came pretty clearly to me as I had recently written a paper on AI technology within the United States. Now, there isn't a lot of literature currently on AIs being developed for the US government, whether it be offensive or defensive AI technology, but a lot of private corporations are currently working on building AI sources, such as Microsoft, IBM, and Tesla, for their each respective type of company. Microsoft for their VR and AR headsets, IBM for answering machines for their variety of businesses that buy their equipment, and Tesla for their self-driving cars. Now, both Microsoft and Tesla boast that AI will be here as early as 2020, but in the end, media still purports that this is a horrible idea and that there's no emergency management plan that could in any way handle an AI apocalypse. This is false for a couple of reasons. One, the U.S. government in and of itself, whether it be Homeland Security, FBI, CIA, or the Pentagon itself, handles a multitude of cyber offensive attacks from supercomputer levels of a variety of nations on a daily basis. There's no reason to believe that one AI has the capability to beat out all these different types of supercomputer, and on top of which get anywhere close to access of nuclear launch codes, let alone manufacturing facilities. And private corporations, a lot of these manufacturing facilities work off of different separate networks, so it would take a long time and a lot of eyes in order to be able to see this AI actually get anywhere close to building its own death machine that would wage war against humankind. So in the end, I believe I'm pretty safe in saying an AI apocalypse isn't certain, and if not, is nearly impossible thanks to a lot of emergency planning in terms of an evil or rogue processing unit. Well, I appreciate you guys listening and coming to watch my video. Leave a comment below and tell me what you guys think. Thank you. Have a good night.